time for the Dog and Chicken Show. Welcome, one and all. No, I had to continue stealing from Phil. I got too excited last night on Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast.
Yes.
It feels good. I get why Phil does it. It feels so good to just welcome, one and all. Get it out there.
So you were feeling the power of the KOE Nation. It's quite an energizing feeling. I understand. So so folks, thank you for joining us this evening for episode 69 of Very Corona Christmas. I am the festive, as always, King of Extreme, Phil KOE, joining here on the Dog and Chicken Show with the indomitable, the ones, the onlys. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves to the fine folks.
I'm your hostess with the hostess, your Santa Chicken. Appreciate y'all tuning in. It is a very Corona Christmas. I bought a 6-pack of Corona in winter just for this show. That's how dedicated and committed I am to you folks. Love it.
Excellent. All right. That's pretty bold.
That is pretty bold.
I'm going with some Jameson tonight, a little bit of the Distiller's Safe.
Nice. I figured since this is our Christmas edition, I would pull out a appropriate Christmas bottle, and I'm going to have a dram of the Dalmore King Alexander III. Highly regarded. Tony G and Chicken have reviewed this particular bottle with me, and yes, it's a highly regarded bottle at the KOE Nation, and I figured the Christmas episode is as good a time as any to pull out a dram such as this.
When I finish up with that Corona, because the 6-pack doesn't last me very long, I have a beautiful bottle of Arbor Lure 12-year. It's not a very expensive scotch, but for $50-$60, especially at an entry level, if you are not a big scotch person, you want to try it and you don't want to be disappointed, I do recommend Arbor Lure 12-year. This is my favorite to recommend to newbies. It's not too peaty. It's not too harsh. It's subtle. It's kind of sweet, and you get a little bit of everything, and you get to enjoy the massive amounts of different flavors that come with scotch. So again, that's an Arbor Lure 12-year. It's about $50-$60 depending on where you live. But fantastic. I got another bottle of 18 up here too, and it just melts my heart every time I have a sip. So we'll tap into that bitch later. Tony, what's with the tiny ball?
Okay, so I
look at the size of his ball.
Right, I know. Chicken's hitting me with the big ball over there, but mine's this dinky little itty bitty ball. I know. Look at that. Look at that.
Don't ball.
Sometimes you just gotta put the Santa ball on the table and measure them out.
Yes, I'm ball shaming.
I pulled all the Christmas decorations out this year, and apparently a mouse had gotten in to the big tote, and it chewed up my Husker Santa hat. So I forgot to get one all these times I've been to Walmart. So today I had to settle for Dollar General for $1. It's got this little asshole. So yeah. I'm sorry, my ball is inferior to your massive Santa hat.
It is inferior. But no, you mentioned the mouse thing. Most people missed it on our post show last week. I need to dig it up. There's a lot of that post show I can't air. But Tony goes, motherfucker, I just seen a mouse. And he goes off camera. Well, me and Phil and everybody else are drinking and talking shit. All of a sudden, Tony comes back and he's dangling a fucking mouse. He's like, I fucking got him.
I did.
A drunk Scotch drinking Tony that night.
I never should have been able to smash a mouse with a rock in that state. That was a 1 in a million shot. I hope you can pull that.
Fucking amazing. Yes. I'll have to find that just for that. I'll cut everything else out because it was very inappropriate.
Oh, the rest is just fantastic blackmail, and I intend to use it fully.
Yes, definitely.
Oh,
that booty though, that booty.
Booty. East to west, baby. East to west. All about the booty.
Anyway, we got a fun show. We're not gonna get into a whole lot of crazy stuff. We're just about drinking, having fun tonight. Sure, we'll get into some of the politics of today. I'm sure I don't know. I always say we're not gonna do this, and then we end up doing it. So no promises, no guarantees. But Merry Christmas, everybody. We're doing the show a little early so we can all spend time with our families. Normally we do a Thirsty Thursday, of course. That's tough to do with it being Christmas Eve. Most of our colleagues in the podcast world go live on Wednesdays, so we're like, fuck it, let's do Tuesday. See how it goes. I don't think we've ever done a Tuesday live show, and I think everybody's like ready to get shit faced this week already. So why not? Like, let's just kick it off a little early.
Wait, no, that's not true. We did the election was on a Tuesday, was it not?
Well, that's different. That's its own holiday, I guess.
And it was like a 6.5 hour live stream. I even got in on that.
Now, for folks who are going to have a little bit of spare time on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, worry not, folks. You can go over to the KOE Nation on YouTube, and you will see on Christmas Eve Tony and I's review of Maker's Mark 101, and then on Christmas Day a double feature awaits you. These are already ready for the preview, and they'll be hitting there on Christmas Day, folks. First, a really good time between me, Tony, and Chicken reviewing a Java cigar and just having a marvelous time amongst the three of us. And then later that day, me, Tony, and Germs reviewing the entire Maker's Mark line. We will decide what is the Grand Slam champion of the Maker's Mark line to see who will represent Maker's Mark in the Sweet 16 Bourbon Tournament, which is coming on KOE Nation once all the Sweet 16 have been determined. So, folks, keep your eyes on the KOE Nation space so you can find out what's the bourbon of extreme. So, and that's all coming on Christmas Day. So if you got nothing, once you've done your Christmas presents, everybody's just hanging out around the house, and you just want to relax and look at your phone, worry not, folks. Your king of extreme, he's got you covered.
Awesome. I love it, man.
That's true. Phil does have a ton of good booze content coming out soon.
He does.
I've been lucky enough to be. It has been every day. Seriously, if you like listening to us ramble on about booze, go over to the KOE Nation. A lot of good shit.
Well, now, going forward in 2021, I'm going to restrict the alcohol reviews to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because what a lot of people don't know is, like, Tony will come over to my place and we'll review like 10 whiskeys in one night. And so I got a lot of content, but it's also kind of a bad look when I upload it at 3 in the afternoon. And, hey, everyone, it's 3 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. And this is like, it's kind of a bad look.
Promised it was 2 a.m. when we recorded it.
I don't know. About you still. But no,
there's a couple times where these fuckers will call me at like 5 in the afternoon together, and I'm like, "You guys been doing alcohol reviews, haven't you?" you can tell that it's not the slur in the voice, like it's not
the volume.
No, it's not even that. Like the slur in the voice, to me, it's not the drunkenness, and it's not gross. It's like cursive in voice. Like it's beautiful. It's elegant. Like I love it.
I'm not slurring. I'm talking in cursive. It's elegant.
Is elegant.
Project Sad Face, thanks for jumping in.
That's where I wanted to start with.
Why is Trump now vetoing the stimulus bill? Drink. Twice.
All right. Yes. We'll drink twice.
Merry Christmas to you, Project Sad Face.
Project.
For better or for worse, you're one of those folks who just really kind of help make this show. We are the greater prophet for having known you, even though you're an evil lefty, never Trump. But
all right.
no, Trump is talking about vetoing.
Let's set this up. So first topic, obviously going to go into the stimulus drink. What happened was the House and the Senate, a huge majority voted for a bill. It was introduced to them at like 2 p.m. and they had like 2.5 hours before the vote. It's 5,000 pages long. Nobody read the fucking thing. It's kind of like the Patriot Act or any other horrific fucking bill we've ever passed in this country. And a majority of people voted for it. A few people kept on their standards of, no, we're not going to do this. Now, I praise Josh Hawley and Bernie Sanders because none of this was going to have money coming to you as an American citizen. If you make $150,000 less as a couple, or 75,000 or less as an individual, you would not see a penny until a couple of people, one Democrat, one Republican, started making some noise. So kudos to them, because this is a stimulus package. They're taking the money that you have given the government through your taxes to stimulate the economy. And the fact that they wouldn't give any of that to you as a taxpayer who gave it to them is disgusting. Now, okay, so they settled on
Christmas.
Merry fucking Christmas, yeah. So they settled on $600. Trump originally mentioned he was in favor of $2,000, which, dude, that's a lot. But when you sit and think, the last time we got a stimulus check was 6 months ago, and now they're giving you $600. That's another drink, yes, sorry. So that's like you've been paid $100 a month while the government's telling you can't work and do certain things and shutting down many people's businesses. So I thought it was better than nothing. I don't know what the fuck just happened there. Anyway, it was better than nothing. I'm glad they passed something, but now Trump is saying, no, you need to give the American people more money. I want $2,000 in that bill. Now, the bill was kind of gross. I'm not going to lie, because there was today, I made a video on our channel. Today, a bunch more info came out on where this money's going. And so the $600 payments to Americans only adds up to about 175 to 200 billion of the $1 trillion. And the remainder 700 billion, over half of it seems to, or close to half of it, seems to be going to foreign countries. Like, what the fuck are we doing? So anyway, that's where we're at with the stimulus drink. Again, I got like 4 I got to catch up on. Anyway, that's where we are with this whole package. And now Trump's threatening to veto it. Now, I get it. Project hates Trump. I understand, but I thought this was a smart move. Even if the votes are too high for him to actually be able to veto this, which I think it is. I need to research it. I'm not sure if it is on both the House and the Senate. If he's even able to veto, he can just like deny signing it until the next president. And just delay it, which is kind of a dick move, but
right up his alley.
I don't think he can veto this bill specifically. So they would have to rally. They would have to rally, get a new one, send it in to him to get it signed earlier, because they wanted checks out the first week of January. So I'll catch up on my drinks, fellas. Anything to add to that?
Go ahead.
I will say that Congressman Ron Paul put it best when he said that foreign aid is typically taking money from poor people in rich countries and giving it to rich people in poor countries. It very rarely goes to the people that it's actually intended to help. And so that's one of the reasons I'm very skeptical as to this latest round, when I found out just how much of it was going overseas. It's, this is a very unusual form of economic stimulus. So I think, honestly, the fact that the president was willing to play hardball and like, no, unless we have $2,000 for every single American, I'm not going to sign it. Being willing to walk away from a negotiation is absolutely part of negotiation. If you're not willing to walk away, then you're not going to get anything you want. That's one of the first rules of actual negotiation. So Amanda Tripp says, and I don't think you can call this is stimulus. It's literally payment to survive for most. That's, if this was a monthly payment from the first stimulus, this would have been a lot. There wouldn't have been as much of the tumult and chaos that we've had.
Yeah.
If it would have been just like a $1,200 monthly, it's a very sad bill, but at least it's something. And yeah, that's unfortunate. So I'm at least glad that our president is willing to negotiate for the best possible deal he can get the American people. So if we end up getting the 2,000 rather than the 600, good for him. In the end, it was all for the better, was it not?
Yeah. No, it's super weird. I think there's a couple of comments there that are super important to think about. Is some people were extremely devastated by this, and nothing's been done for 6 months, and there's a lot of ire when it comes to 6 months has gone by. We've been asking our government to do this, and they've been holding it up because Orange Man bad. And maybe it wasn't because Orange Man bad. Maybe it was just pure politics in general. Maybe Orange Man bad caused the reverse fucking reactions to this. But the fact that all of your government officials that you have elected in have done jack shit for you for 6 months should piss you off, whether it's Orange Man, Nancy, Mitch, all of them. Like, I am so black-pilled over coronavirus and how it's affected our country. I hate them all at this point. They are so shit. Project Sadface says, Phil, if he walks away, he's a dick because that is taking away money from people who need it. There is no way he gets anywhere close to 2,000. Mitch won't vote on that. Mitch will submit if Donald Trump says, I'll go scorch earth on Georgia a week before the fucking runoffs. You can kiss Mitch McConnell's power goodbye. It's the ultimate Trump.
I think the idea that there's just no way this is going to happen. Think of how many times under the Trump presidency we've heard they said it couldn't be done. So we'll see what happens with this. But yeah, the idea that it's
the other thing about
impossible. That's why he threatens the veto, is to get what he wants. But go ahead, T.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like Project Sadface is talking about, if he cared about people, he'd sign it so people can at least get something. Like, that's fair. That's perfectly fair. But at the same time, you got to remember that these are all still, even Trump included in this. He's been a politician for 4 years. He is a politician now, like it or not. The politicians during this whole thing have been playing fucking tennis with us this whole time. Because how many times was the stimulus drink brought to the table after the first one came through? How many times did we hear rumors of it potentially going through? And how many times did it fall flat on his face because the left wanted to shoehorn all the bullshit that's getting shoehorned into this one into the last 3 or 4? And how many times did the right say, fuck that, we can't get what we want to shoehorn in, so we're both going to say fuck it, we're both going to walk away, and neither one of us get what we want. Meanwhile, we all got fucked over the whole thing the whole time. It's not just Trump being a piece of shit, not wanting to get people at least a little bit of something. It's still political leveraging, and it's all just completely selfish from all of them. And there are even with the 600, even with the 2,000, for fuck's sake, they're still not thinking about us, and that's evident by the fact that a lot of money's going overseas and a lot of money's going into things that we're going to survive regardless of pandemic.
Pakistani gender programs.
No, Project, I'm talking about the threat of the veto causes people to have to go back to the negotiating table. He hasn't vetoed anything yet, but just the simple threat of, I will veto this if I don't get what is needed in this bill, that usually gets Congress to go back to the drawing board and get what the president wants. And he's going to give them all the support they want on the side, so they're probably going to cave.
Yeah. He'll let them have all this extra money for everything else as long as the American people get this $2,000, which honestly, in 6 months, $2,000 is more than you've gotten. So, but then to blame Trump for waiting 6 to 9 more months is a fallacy, because obviously Biden will be likely, more than likely, like a 99.99% chance, the person that holds it up for 6 to 9 more months. So I don't know. Like, who do you blame at that point? Because Trump says, no, I'm not, I'm going to take a moral high ground stance and not do this. And I'm not going to sign this bill because I think it's shit. And it pisses the American people off. Amanda Tripp says Biden has promised this is just a down payment and he will do more after he's president. Sure he will.
Yeah. That podcast hit it on the head right away. Amanda, like most running presidents, they promise and then it disappears when they become president. How's that fucking wall going, Trump?
Way to go, Justin. He fucking nailed it on the head there. Project says if he doesn't sign it, then it is his fault until the next person doesn't sign it. Then when the next person starts in a month from yesterday, then it's that person's fault. So allegedly, and we'll see.
Oh my God.
Oh God, this is turning into fucking Orange Man bad versus Strong Black.
Oh no, this is actually a callback to the last episode. Trump won't allow the bill to go through because it was written by a strong black woman. Shots fired at Amanda from the tomfoolery.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say that's a bit topical to the audience of the show.
Yeah.
If you missed it last week, Amanda was trolling our comment section about the vaccine, and
she may have triggered me a little bit, and then Tom turns it into a almost racist clip with his cutting. Way to go, Tom!
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Got me into a fight on your video, asshole. Well, Biden is a piece of shit. They are all trash. Defund Congress. You're fucking right. Hey, absolutely. Cheers to that, mate. Defund
Congress.
Right. Exactly.
Dude, I'm 100%. I don't think me and Project Sadface are that far apart on a lot of things. He's very, very upset with Trump on a lot of things. And I can look past a lot of the Trump things that other people are upset for. Only racist for you guys. How was anything we did on that show racist? I'm waiting for that, Tom.
Because Amanda set us up to look like we are.
No, Tom did. Tom in his video editing did.
Are you saying that Tom Project Veritas us? Oh,
yeah. He totally did. He tried to.
Shots fired. Oh, whoa.
And that was a great show, by the way. Yes, it was. We have a great show every week, but
we had a fun time.
Just killing it every week. It's like we're always on fucking point. It's scary.
I was about to say, now, is it just me, or is this show this week even better than the one last week? It's an exponential, eternal growth of better shows. So, I mean, like, that's why you really need to subscribe and just kind of keep up with the Three Stooges of modern day politics.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to get the Three Wise Men, Three Stooges, the Three Amigos, the Three Musketeers, however you want to look at it, folks. This is where you get the real analysis. So, but yes, that was quite the show the other night, gentlemen, and we are here.
I got to bed at like 3, guys. So next time we do a post show,
My wife was pissed.
Oh, mine was just fucking so amused with me. It was amazing. I was
hold on, I got to tell that. I got to tell the story.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, we got done with the show. It was like 2:30, 3 o'clock ish or whatever. And I go upstairs. I warmed up. I don't even know what I ate. I warmed up something in the microwave. I'm sure it smelled the whole house up. And I go upstairs and I'm like tiptoeing. I'm being super quiet. I get next to the bed and I have my iPhone. It's pre-programmed. When I plug it in, it says "Good night, bitch." It's just this fun little feature that I have. So like I plug it into a charger. It says "Good night, bitch" in the Siri voice. And so I mute it. I turn the volume all the way down so it won't do it. And then I plug the phone in. As I do it, it goes, "Good night, bitch." And I look up. My wife sits up in bed and looks at me, and I'm like, busted. I was like, this look at my face. I'm like, it's like 3:30 in the morning. I just got busted. Fuck. It was pretty funny. Let me see if I can plug it in so you can hear it.
Oh, yeah, that was basically me, except I tried to microwave something out of the fridge, and I think I woke her up that way. That or I fell into the door. I don't know.
Did you hear it? Every time I plug her in.
Why is Siri so fucking rude? Oh my god.
I can program to say whatever I want, but it's just, I don't know.
Ooh.
I was just playing with it one day. I saw a TikTok video and they're like, "Hey, you can make your phone do this." I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm doing it."
And you guys give me shit about sex robots, but you can program your phone to say whatever you want.
Because it's an iPhone, bitch.
Who's the pervert now?
Anyway, where were we? We totally got off track there.
Here we go.
That is kind of a trick.
15 commutes 5 sentences, including GOP allies.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's not
that
surprising.
is the right. That's the right of any president. And here's the thing that you need to understand: of anybody that gets elected to either a governorship or a presidency, the highest possible power that any private citizen can ever wield is being elected to higher office and commuting or pardoning the sentence of someone that has been put in prison. That is the highest power that you can really attain, because it's our justice system that decides who goes in and who goes out.
Yep.
So that is one of the citizen powers of the governorship and the presidency that they wield. And so I have no problem with this, and I didn't really care who Obama pardoned. That wasn't really all that materially important to me. That was his right to do so. And Joe Biden will have the same right if he is the man with his hand on the Bible on the 20th. We will have that final nail in the coffin on the 2nd. And if that's the case, Project Sad Face, just for you, I'm going to have a very special cocktail. I've got all the ingredients to make punch romaine if Joe Biden is actually confirmed on the 2nd. And
I thought you were going to say
will be the no. It'll be an honest to God, good cocktail of punch romaine. It's got a lot of history, and I'll get into it that night. But now Project Sad Face is agreeing he has the right, but well, now again.
So he was pardoning everybody that was in these fake prosecutions. Yeah.
Now, I will be honest with you. I personally felt his pardon of Sheriff Joe Arpaio was inappropriate. I did not really feel that one was terribly appropriate. I did feel his pardon of Flynn was very appropriate. So if that gives you an idea. Phil, did you just if keep your eyes tuned into this space, folks? I mean, come on.
Like 5 minutes ago, the title of the show is Acceptance.
The trigger warnings right now.
Nothing. I feel like I was jumped the gun on the whole acceptance thing. It's going to be March before we accept anything apparently around here. Fuck.
By at least 8 weeks, tell me you jump that over.
All right. I
Phil is one of those two guys.
Actually,
no, he went there.
Actually, no.
I'm probably more of a Q guy than Phil is.
I often throw Q under the bus, and that's one of those things that's kind of personal barometer for me.
Phil,
that I'm always
why can't you just why can't you just announce them? Phil,
okay, Tony,
denounce them every week.
No, you can't help me
every week. Every week, denounce them every week, Phil. Why can't you say it?
Tony, Chicken just outed me. I'm sorry, Project Sad Face. I am Q. Yes, that is in fact. This whole time, your king of extreme is also the king of the Q movement. So I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you, Project Sad Face, but Chicken, you rapscallion ne'er-do-well, you outed me to the whole world that I in fact am Q. I'm sorry. So I am Q. Yes. Now, I'm like the Q of the Q continuum, but even more powerful. Yeah,
stand back and stand by, Q. That's great.
Yeah,
stand
back and stand by, Q.
It's
stand down. Our righteous words die.
It's time.
Is it time? Ladies and gentlemen, thanks. So far, everybody that's watching, stay tuned. We have a special moment for Phil here. Phil, grab the package that Tony delivered to you, and you're going to open this live on air. Tony and I are pleased to. Yes.
Merry XXXmas. Oh boy.
Straight from the Dog and Chicken Show.
To Phil KOE from the Dog and Chicken Show. Oh my. Gentlemen, you didn't have to do this. That's very nice.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we absolutely had to.
Had to, huh? Okay. Okay, looks like it's a picture frame.
This is only appropriate for the Phil KOEs of the world.
Yeah. There's only one, I hope.
Yes.
Oh, my Lord. Whereas Lord Philip W. Lauber, whereas referred to as the Lord, has by way of notice this first day of December in the year 2020, in the 68th year of the reign of our sovereign Lady Elizabeth II, by the grace of God of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, of her realms and territories, Queen, head of the Commonwealth, defender of the faith, delivered unto us the intention to purchase, and us with the intention to accept established titles, has agreed with the Lord to bequeath upon them a dedication of a plot of land precisely 1 square foot in Scotland. In particular, the plot of land identified and described with the specific identifying plot L559827 by established title of the measurement of 1 square foot by 5 square feet, and hereafter referred to as a plot. Established titles agreed to dedicate the plot in the name of the Lord on the estate located in Ardenshire, Scotland, of this chosen, which may be identified altogether as part of a larger area and form part of Merkland, or 8 ounces. Now this deed witnesses as follows: whereas the plot of the estate forms the part has been identified and set aside in relation to a scheme or sovereign plots, established title in consideration of all sums due and paid to us by the Lord, of which we acknowledge receipt of, has bequeathed a dedication in favor of the Lord, as assigned, and his successors, all and whole, but without the rights thereto over the larger subjects, and his successors, in title of the larger subjects and all other authorities by it, which remain with the registrants of the estate and larger areas, and may be identified altogether with the larger area. The Lord hereby covenants with established titles that are dedicated, agreed upon in this proclamation, is for the Lord and their successors in title only, and that they and any of their successors shall not sell the dedication of plot L, more specifically, not in any such way that it could be registered or owned by separate. Philip W. Lauber, known ye here therefore that Philip W. Lauber, by the virtue of ownership of the land in Scotland, by way of dedication, upon the effect and receipt of this proclamation, in particular regarding the land described as plot L559827 by established title, may henceforth and in perpetuity be known by the style and title of Lord, and shall hereafter and all sundry be known as Lord Philip W. Lauber. Oh my God! Gentlemen,
yes, this is for real.
This is one of the
We bought Phil a piece of land in Scotland, so now he can officially be a lord.
And he's a farmer, and he owns land in Scotland now.
Oh my God!
He's an international farmer now.
Oh my Lord! This is oh my God! This is, yes. All of you may drink to the now christened Lord Phil KOE, gentlemen. I cannot thank you enough. This is a cherished award. This is a cherished title. Now, Lord Phil KOE, Chicken, Tony, I thank you both, sir. And as Lord of this area of Scotland, my first official act is to name you both Thanes of my hold. So welcome, welcome one and all. Yes, yes. So all of you Skyrim freaks will know exactly what I'm talking about. But yes. So folks, look, guys, in all honesty, Holy shit, man! This is one of the most awesome things I've ever wow! Thank you, gentlemen. I'm speechless. I am truly speechless.
Absolutely.
You are welcome, sir. Well deserved.
Just too perfect. Like I'd seen it a couple of days before, and then Chicken messages me. It's like, dude, this is just too perfect. I'm like, yeah, we got to do it. We got to pull the trigger on this thing. It has to happen. It's just too perfect.
This is so Phil. We have to do it. Like,
yeah, it hits on everything. He's a lord now. He's a farmer. He owns land in Scott.
Yep. Pull it up. Yep, it's real, Amanda. Lord Philip Lauber.
I love it.
Owns a plot of land in Scotland now. It's official.
And he's drinking the Dalmore, King Alexander. I mean, it's just too perfect.
Like, this is perfect.
Like, y'all have no, like, I just the other day was watching an old movie from the 70s called Cromwell. Let's talk about Oliver Cromwell. It was all about the lords and how they would come and rise up against the king and his unjust taxes. And it was like, wow. Like, so this is, you have no idea, guys. This is pretty fucking awesome. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. This is a very Merry Christmas. I got nothing. Wow.
Not only that, Phil. Oh, whenever you get your ass up here, we got it.
Oh,
the Pogue Castle 16. It's ready and waiting for you.
Oh yes.
Oh, that is a necessity, sir. That is oh man, gentlemen, this is wonderful, and I would say for anybody else it would be too much, but for me it's actually
not
quite
enough.
Well, I mean it's a very good start. It's wow. So now I'm moving my way up royalty, folks. So now it is official. Yes, Tom.
I don't know how we can officially get you the title of king, but we'll work on that.
Well, so Phil's now Lord. Phil's now Lord. I am now a 2-time champ because I just took the belt from Tony. Tony, what titles do you have now?
Well, I do still have the
he's the squirrel champ. Yeah, that's right.
And I'm going to be the squirrel champ for another year because they had to cancel the hunt due to COVID. So sorry.
Seriously, because of COVID?
Yep. Because after the hunt, you go get together and drink beer with everybody, and it would have been like 80 people drinking beer.
You could still do the hunt and say we're not going to drink beer together.
Yeah, that would have happened. Oh, Amanda with a very important comment. And the search begins for Lady KOE. I see a Bachelor show in the future. Wow.
Wouldn't that be great? Phil KOE as the Bachelor. Lord Phil KOE.
Lord Phil KOE. Who shall win the title of Lady KOE? Yes.
Yanked up with a great point here. I am also the mouse hunting champion as of last week. So, I mean, I do still have a lot of belts. I've got the squirrel belt. I've got the mouse hunting championship now. I'm always going to be the RXW world champion. And next month, I'm sure I'll get back the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Championship. So it's all good. It's fine.
We'll see.
I'll be a 9-time champ then. It'll be great.
Well, that means you lost it 8 times. So
that's
I'm gonna try to hold on to it and just always be. I'm gonna try to always be the 2-time champ and just never lose it because that's more honorable in my opinion.
Sure.
Well,
how about the Rick?
Now I get it. Chicken's trying to do the Bruno Sammartino route, but Chicken, you realize, unfortunately, at the next wrestling pay-per-view, you're King of Extreme and now Lord Phil KOE. I mean, you were just facing Phil KOE before, but now you are facing Lord Phil. So
I really wish Phil had picks on that because I had a perfect night and he couldn't have beat me.
I know.
Been great.
Yeah, you had a perfect night Sunday. It was amazing.
Oh well, Chicken. You see,
I had no chance.
had I been declared Lord by that time?
Technically, you were. I mean, the certificate was signed, I think, on the 1st.
So what you need to understand is, Chicken, you would have been facing Lord Phil KOE. So somehow, even if you had a perfect night, my night would have even been somehow more perfect. So I'm sorry, you would have stood no chance, no chance at all. But Tom Foolery Show says it's like walking onto the court, hitting your first shot from 3, and deciding to just go home at 100%. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I do understand, but now, Tom, watch yourself. You realize you are addressing a lord.
This is gonna fucking pan out so much.
Yeah, this is never going away now.
Every show he goes on and be like, "Address me as Lord Phil." Thank you.
Sorry, no, Lord Phil.
Tom, remember that. Remember that this week. It's Lord Phil. You have to introduce him correctly.
Yes, thank you.
No, this is great because now Phil has to change up his intro a little bit. Does he stay with the King of Extreme, or how do you fit Lord into this? Like, this is going to be interesting.
Chicken, you have no fear, okay? You have no fear that your King of Extreme will be able to also fit in his newfound lordship into his esteemed titles. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there's like this.
Thanks a lot, guys. You're welcome. You're welcome, Tom.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes. Yeah, well, you realize that, and also, don't give me no ideas, guys, because that's a pretty good one.
Let's not be
I wouldn't be surprised if he
did. Projects, it's like boxing your way to the championship and winning and then retiring. I understand, but that's just the levels that a King of Extreme and an esteemed Lord of Scotland has to rise to. So I mean, I understand, but worry not, folks. My kingdom expands by the day. First, in this year alone, maybe when it's I actually think I still have a couple of my daughter's old tiaras in here, but no, don't give me any ideas. But
I could have swore I seen a tiara last time I was there. So
this year alone, folks, has been a year of conquest for your King of Extreme. When I went with Tony to Malvern Manor, I conquered the ethereal and became the king of the ethereal. Even Tom's own audience made me the king of just all kinds, the king of excellence. And then I have now become an esteemed and official Lord of Scotland. So, folks,
you even chose the Dalmore King Alexander tonight. It's even better that way.
Oh, it just worked out perfect. Yeah.
It tastes like cake right now.
Now, do you get why I was dropping the Lord of Extreme in the chat the other day?
A little bit. That makes a little bit of sense, T. Yes. So you're the Lord.
We were trying to give it subtle teasers and see if you'd figure something out.
No. My goodness, this is marvelous.
All right.
Well, of course, whoever sees that coming, man. Sorry, guys. Like my Christmas ideas really are quite as grandiose as shit. You showed me up this year. Well done, gentlemen. Goddamn.
Damn right. What we do here on the Dog and Chicken Show, we show people up. No. Yeah. No. All right, let's move on topics. So we already talked about our whole stimulus drink issue. The one thing I want to bring up real quick, I'll take my drink. I did talk about this morning, AOC and her trying to posture and like take the vaccine. She was trying to do a live like Twitter video of like, hey guys, look at me. I'm going to go take the vaccine. What questions do you have? And epic fucking fail. Like, she caught a lot of hate on this one, rightfully so, because all she said for 6 months is protect grandma. We all need to protect grandma. Put on your mask. You're going to kill old people. You need to social distance or you're going to kill old people. And then the second we get a vaccine that can save old people's lives, she goes, no, fuck you. I get one first. And she runs up and gets one so she can live stream it and get that fucking picture, that little selfie on Instagram and get her little Twitter video out there. How gross is AOC today? Am I like Project Sad Face told me, I am just upset because I am not as pretty as she is. And he's right. I am not as pretty as she is. I am not. I am not at all. But I have probably a little bit more of a moral stance on some issues than she does. She postured for her first year and a half into office of, I only need to be a one-term congresswoman to make 10 years worth of change because I am not scared. But then it came re-election time, and then she got scared and started bending the knee to Nancy Pelosi and everybody else. And I'm sorry, she is fake as they come. She is no better than the rest of them. I shit on her in the past a little bit just because of her dumb comments sometimes, but I was never on her. Like, I always appreciated anybody who comes out and stands and has the rage against the machine and ready to fight for the people. Like, I can respect that. Even if your ideas are dumb, I can respect that. I have no respect now. Like, her ideas are dumb and she's a fucking pussy on top of it. Like, I am done with her. I don't understand. Project Sad Face, they are doing it to help people feel better about taking the vaccine. I mean, Jesus, like 51% of Americans don't want to take it. No, you're right. She shouldn't be taking it, though. Like, she is healthy. She's young. Why should she take it? Joe Biden took it. He should. I agree with it. Joe Biden should take it live on air. Mike Pence already took it live on air. All these people are doing it, and they should. AOC is young and healthy and has been posturing about how grandma is the most important person in your family. Do I even read Amanda's comments anymore? Because all she does is, yeah. Anyway, stop hating pretty people. I hate myself, so I can't. I can't.
Now,
the problem is the hypocrisy. That's what you're taking issue with. She postured for so long.
I can respect anybody who wants to stand up for the people, even if their ideas are dumb. This is my stance on AOC. Even if your ideas are dumb, if they are for the people and you have the intentions of helping your constituents, I might make fun of your ideas and call you stupid a little bit, but I will respect you for doing what you're doing. And some of her stances and over the last 3 years have been, I don't care if I'm one term. I don't care how this happens. I'm going to do this. And then she gets in the office and she totally shits the bed and doesn't do anything. Tom says, if AOC is going to say we need to take it, then she needs to take it first. Why? No, I don't understand that. Why should she take it first? She is healthy. That's one less old person. That's one less old person that got a vaccine that fucking needed it. That's how I see it.
Guys, I'm so, like it or not, like
it's a pandemic. Hundreds of thousands of people are dying. More people die every day than 9/11.
Level of negative reactions that Trump gets. Okay, the fact that she's this much of a lightning rod for attention means that, like her or not, she is tremendously persuasive. And people try to write her off at their own peril because she's going to be a powerhouse in American politics within the next 10 years, maybe 15 at most. So I keep telling folks, ignore her at your own peril. She's tremendously persuasive. Like when she had that 12 years comment, we got 12 years so the world's all over. It was incredibly full of hyperbole.
Wasn't that a regurgitated Al Gore fucking comment?
Well, here's the thing, though. Most people, like, it can be easily picked apart. You can easily, you can find ways like, no, that's probably not the case. But you and I both know there's tens of millions of people that believe exactly that. And that's how it was persuasive. It got attention to people that didn't agree with it, and it persuaded the people that were kind of predisposed to believing in that idea anyways. So I keep telling
Ladies
folks...
and gentlemen, hold on. Do I have a swan song on my soundboard here? Because I think Tom has officially just gone. Tom's gone. He is a total lefty now. It's over. Because she's saying we need to take it. If she said take the vaccine, you guys would be like, she's making up dumb excuses not to take it first, but expects us to take it. No, so obviously, I just explained why I think this is her biggest blunder in this whole thing. And none of what you said has anything to do with her posturing, has nothing to do with her stance on anything prior to this stunt that she pulled. Even Ilhan Omar called her out. Ilhan Omar, one of the squad, said, you should not take this vaccine if you don't need it. Yes. Well, I don't know if you're at SJW. I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
Tom, stop beating up on yourself. Calm down, man. Like, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. You just didn't understand what I was talking about. That's okay. You can misunderstand things sometimes. Calm down, man. Walk off the ledge. It's okay.
I do understand. It is an idea of psychological modeling. They're modeling the behavior that they want other people to follow. Now, so I understand your argument, Project Sadface, but to Chicken's argument, which I do think is very valid, is we are working on a very, very limited supply. So as it is right now, we'll see what it's looking like at the end of the year, but I would say at least until March, April, May, don't worry about some idea of a forced vaccination. They don't have enough to go around. Maybe we'll have enough towards the end of this year, but there certainly is not enough to go around to do some sort of supposed forced vaccinations. So don't worry about that if that's your big concern. But so I understand both of your arguments.
Tom says he understands that point, but it's irrelevant. But Phil just eloquently, as the Lord KOE himself, just said why this is not irrelevant. So yeah. Anyway.
No, thank you. But yes,
you're right. Her original stance of let's save our elderly is the point that you're making. Like, let's save the elderly.
I'm on her side with that.
Beforehand, she said that how many times? You're right. And if there's not enough to go around and she's jumping into the head of the line, she's not elderly. A lot of these other politicians you see taking this are classified as elderly, like Joe Biden. He's an elder, so he should probably get it first, right? And he's going to be taking the fucking oath. He should probably take it. If it's safe to take, he should probably take it before anybody else.
And Trump's 90 days, or Biden took his already, which he should. Trump's 90 days of which if you haven't seen, 90 days is the CDC guidance on when you're not immune. I wouldn't want to call that. Your antibodies are still present in your blood system. Is on average 90 days. So after 90 days of having the virus, they suggest you take the vaccine.
Donald Trump's
immunity. Yeah. So Trump here in about 3 weeks, it hits that 90-day mark, and he'll probably take the vaccine then. I bet he does it live on TV like everybody else is doing. So yeah, probably not. I'm not gonna lie, he probably won't. All right, I was kidding you.
Take the vaccine on TV. Yeah, right.
He's not gonna do it.
He'll get the one that already has the plunger pushed down, like that one person did.
Yeah, that one doctor where they're like they fake push the plunger that was already in. Oh, any triggering comments? I need to catch up.
Oh yeah, Tom's all over it. There's more than enough for the elderly, though. But with all the conspiracies about the vaccine, fair, even in this community and in mine, it's important that our leaders take it first. And that's the point.
How many old people look at AOC as a leader? Hold on. How many people looked at AOC and be like, she did it, I should too? Like, come on. She did it as a publicity stunt. Don't fucking shit me on this. Like, this is stupid. Brandon Roy says this should be given to every single federal politician that voted for. Hey, I like how he didn't make us say it. And wait 6 months to see if they turn into real humans. Cheers. I like that.
You can't take the vaccine on TV in prison, bro. Yes, you can.
So I sent Project a message back because he made a similar comment on one of my videos earlier today. He's obviously a Project Lincoln follower. One of the groups, whether it be on Facebook or somewhere else, because this is all Project Lincoln is talking about. We're going to prosecute Trump. Now, you remember 6, 12, 18, 24 months ago, all the prosecution talk, whether it was about Hillary, whether it was about Obama, whether it was about Hunter, and that's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. But now they're doing the same thing. The Project Lincoln folks are like, we're going to prosecute Trump for his crimes now. Okay, go ahead. Because like, obviously it didn't happen the other way. So I'm interested to see how this plays out. It's funny. It's funny when you win, you flip. Like, it's just like, the hurt. She has 10 million followers, so she probably made someone feel better about taking it. Who are 10 million followers? Are they people afraid of taking it? Like, yeah, she made someone feel better about taking it, sure, but it was somebody who's probably going to take it anyway because they're followers. They're the fact that they're followers, they're not leaders.
Okay, I need to address this here. Tyler Williams.
Follow anybody who has that personality anyway.
Where I'm from, only have 300 shots, and the CEO says they pick who's getting it. And locally here, we've got some folks who, some very close friends of mine. They're going to actually be the people administering the vaccine at some of our local drugstores. And they're going to have a very limited supply. And people are calling, trying to get put on some list every day. And they keep saying, no, we're not making any list. We will not put your name on a list. It's they're very selective basis as of right now. So we really, we don't have the numbers. But also, Project, I wanted to address something else. When he said, can't take the vaccine in prison, bro. Here's why nothing's going to ultimately come of Trump. New York might try to cause a little kerfuffle, but that'll go away here pretty quick. The reason is no president wants to set the precedent of you investigate a president after they leave office. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris would both very much like that to not be a thing that people do. And so that's why there's never really generally been this vast arresting of the previous administration. And you're not going to see the same here. Now, I know you think Trump's super duper bad, but ultimately nothing's going to come of it. The man's been through two of the most he's probably the most scrutinized human being in the 21st century, and he still walked away clean on the other side. So this is ultimately going to fizzle out. Also because Biden has his own self-interest. So I understand the desire of, how dare he win that election, and how dare he fills 3 Supreme Court justice seats that we're going to have to deal with for decades. How dare he push through tax cuts. How dare he push through a stimulus despite the fact that he had to deal with goddamn Nancy fucking Pelosi. But despite it all, the man actually got quite a bit done. So I understand some of the trepidation, but ultimately nothing is going to come of these legal challenges or legal pursuits of him. Sorry.
Project Sad Face. More are coming out. It's fine. Calm down. If you guys were more on board about wearing masks, we might not need as many so fast. I think in terms of vaccines, yeah, we'd still need the same amount because there's still the same amount of people. Well, actually, I guess not. I guess you got me there. No, but the whole, if you guys were on board wearing masks, I wear masks pretty much everywhere I go if I'm not at work. So that's kind of moot. And I was one of the people that said, yeah, we should probably take this mask thing a little more seriously. And we had many fun debates about this over the summer. So yeah, I get it. I get it in the mask debating, yes. But the whole thing about the masks now is, like you said, we are finding out more and more. So if there was immunity, masks weren't doing shit for the people who were supposedly immune to it. So in some instances, yes, people should have absolutely taken it more seriously. But in some cases, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. We're still like, that's the thing. We're still not even a year into this thing. And we're still finding things out. And that's the thing about the vaccine. We're going to find more and more and more out about the vaccine the further and further we get into it. And we're going to start seeing the side effects if there are any to be found. And I did say a word, so go ahead and drink.
God damn it, Tony.
It's not about Joe or Kamala. The New York district attorney said she's coming. Also, your idea of clean is silly.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's see. The guy was put through a special prosecutor, came up with nothing. Guy was even impeached based on nothing. He was impeached. The literal articles of impeachment were obstruction of Congress, which it's the job of any elected president to occasionally obstruct Congress. A veto is, by that definition, an obstruction of Congress. And also abuse of power, which is one of those phrases that means nothing and everything at the same time. So it was literally just a political impeachment, and he still came out clean on the other side. Now, I did address the New York attorneys. They're eventually going to go away. Not much is going to come from it. She can come all she wants. But again, Biden's going to kind of politely suggest, let's let this go away, because Biden's sure not going to want some district attorney in Texas or some district attorney in some deep red state to go after him when his time is done. So that's why you're going to see this fizzle out to nothing, to be frank, because Biden has his own self-interest in not being investigated when his time is over. Masks, and according to Brennan Roy, masks and lockdowns don't work.
They can, if done properly, which the United States mishandled that in a massive way because we were in the midst of a fucking election year. So instead of it actually working and people getting on board to do shit and do things, you know, according to a protocol that we would have to assume would work, we politicized it and turned it into a fuck you, no fuck you ordeal. And here we are, probably the laughing stock of the pandemic world. So yay us. How's that two-party system working out for us now? Amanda Tripp, I'd comment, but they don't want to hear from the puppet master unless they can target her. Jesse West with the perfect comment back to that. Amanda, get over yourself. That sounds about right.
Oh, Lord. Now, here's the thing. People are talking about how well or awfully it was handled here in America. You know, we're certainly one of the few major nations that's actually being as honest as we can with our reporting of the numbers. That's fair. You got to give credit. We're not going to name names of which countries. But, it's like, wow, just flatten out completely to the point where there's not a single extra case coming on. That, boy, howdy. I don't know how you did that. It's almost unbelievable.
Almost, right.
Yeah. Almost.
No, I don't know. I'm just at this point, I don't care. I don't care if masks don't work the intended way we thought they did back in March. I don't care. I don't. Just do it. Just do it at this point, because if we're in the home stretch like we think we could potentially be, that we thought we were going to be months ago, let's fucking just get this thing done. We're going to have a shift in power more than likely, like almost 100%. Things are going to change. Let's not give them a reason once they change to lock us down any fucking further. Let's just, I know we don't like.
Well, that's coming.
Tread on me,
like it or not, whether we got a 50% infection rate or a 1% infection rate, complete fucking lockdown is coming, and it's coming fast. Get ready for it, folks, because Joe Biden, when he takes office, he's going to need to seem like he's taking decisive action. So we're going to have a hard fucking lockdown. So get ready for that, folks. It's coming in the very near future. When you're saying, can we get ahead of this thing? No, ain't going to happen. Sorry, folks. These SARS viruses mutate on an annual basis. By the end of March, I am almost certain you are going to see the headline, COVID-20 case confirmed. And at that point, people are going to shit a brick all over again. Well, no, Tony, it's not the deadliness of the virus. It's the fear is the virus we need to actually worry about. It's the fear that's going to overtake everybody when we get this COVID-20 case.
One, Phil. Sorry, you've gone back and forth on this one about every month.
No, I've been saying around February. You can go back to any episode. Yeah, we're going to get a COVID-20 case confirmation around February is what I've been saying for a long, long time.
No, the last
folks
time
can go back in any episode you like and we'll be saying as much.
Oh no, Phil. When we were doing the show at your house the last time, the recorded one, your whole narrative. I don't know how much whiskey we were into that night, but your narrative turned into we will never see the return of society as you know it. We're fucked forever. We're never going to get crowds back. We're never going to be able to go out in public again. You were scorched earth at that point.
No. I asked, is there going to be a normal we can return to? I always choose my words very carefully.
By screaming it.
Here's the one thing we are all three guilty of is never giving away our position, and we fight to the death on it. So let's move on that because this is going to go nowhere. I do it with the audience. You guys do it with each other.
I mean, so that's all right. I mean, Chicken basically said that I'm right. That's fair.
Yeah, that's how you.
That's okay. He can be wrong too. That's fine.
Brendan Roy says it's not.
I'll let you know when it happens. Steve.
It's not political. Look at the numbers and graphs. Lockdowns and mask mandates did nothing. Virus is gonna virus. That's kind of a cold hard truth in a way. I get that point of view. I do have a video. I don't want to give up who sent it to me, and I've only watched part of this. Forgive me, but I do want to play this because this is one of those ones that it's the narrative you don't hear. It's probably gonna be one of those silence things, or the fact that it's on. I think it's on Rumble or it's on BitChute. Says something that you can't talk about it anywhere else. So let's get where in the hell is it? Jesus, there. Why can't I control the screen? There we go. No, god damn it. Why is it fucking with me? My computer's fucking with me, guys. Sorry.
It looks like we're all a part of the same Zoom meeting.
It kind of does. Hold on. It didn't have audio. I gotta fix it. I gotta fucking fix the goddamn audio. Jesus Christ.
God.
Fights going
We've only been doing this show for a fucking year and a half, and I can't figure out audio.
Chicken! Same chicken! You make a knave of your lord, sir. I must say.
Jesus. It's gonna make me keep it as a tab. I can't share audio unless it's in a tab. That's why it was there. All right, hold on. Now let me fix it.
Right. It's the fact checkers. They're just fucking with our stream. They don't like the cold hard truths.
Yes, they don't like the truth. You can't handle the truth. Okay, so I'm open for discussion on this video. Now, I'm not playing this video as fact or what you should believe. This is just a video that's out there, and this is up for discussion. I'm interested in what the chat has to say about this because this fits a certain narrative, and there's little things that pop up on the screen that make me kind of question a little bit. But again, let's do this because I think this will be fun. This will be a fun conversation to have. Chrome tab, share audio. Finally going to get it. There you
go.
Yeah, baby, it's on BitChute. All right, here we go.
Forensic psychiatrist. This pandemic is not a real medical pandemic. The COVID-19 vaccine.
Allegedly, this is a video we're watching. We are not saying this. Don't kill us, Susan Wiki.
Is not or effective because there has not been enough time. In addition, there is not a clear definition of any new disease for which it can be tested against. There has not been a virus that has been purified or shown to be the cause of an illness. Thus, there is no target for a vaccine. However, the bottom line is that since no additional deaths have occurred in relation to a new disease, there is simply no need for a new vaccine.
Okay, before we move on to the next chick, in the next commentary, yes, this video. Thanks for the disclaimer. Thank you. Good call. Okay, so that guy pretty much says, get past his vaccine or his what he thinks of the virus, but then he talks about the vaccine and says, well, we hadn't had enough time and there's no real markers to really target to create a vaccine for, which debunks conspiracy theorists, because conspiracy theorists think this disease has been around for years and years and years. And Microsoft fucking CEO or what's his fucking name? God damn it. What's his bucket?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates has had this for years, and he's just profiting off of it. So it kind of debunks conspiracy theories in a way. I don't know. What do you guys think on this? Like, is this has actually been a pretty good narrative of, is this vaccine safe? Like, is this real? Most vaccines take 5 years to weed out like issues and problems that come up. Thoughts?
Well, yeah, that's been an argument of mine for a good while, is that this is a rather rushed process for this vaccine. So I'm more than a little concerned. I'm definitely going to see how this all pans out. But, oh, man, normally it takes about 5 years. And there was actually some HPV vaccines where some of the negative side effects didn't show up for like 3 to 5 years later. So I'm more than a little concerned here. But if this actually is ultimately proven to be an actual good vaccine, time will tell. But
no, I hear a lot of typing and I don't hear Phil anymore. I don't know if Phil lost his mic or what happened there.
Son of a bitch.
No, I hear him now. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We need to talk about Sidney Powell. Okay. Fair. So this video, it's on BitChute. I'm not gonna. I don't want to play the rest because Tom made a good point, and I even kind of cautioned going into it. This might be one of those ones that, I don't want to get ourselves into hot water on the show, but you can find it on BitChute. So BitChute.com. What the hell's the name of it? Now I gotta close the big screen of it here. Oh, there we go. It's doctors around the world issue dire warning. Do not get COVID vaccine. That's the name of the video. It's on BitChute.com. If you want to watch it after the show, and you know what? Fuck it. I'll just post it. Post a link to it into our comments, so you can come back and check it out later. Of course, stick around, watch the show, and then you can come back, check it out in the comments, and watch that video later. I haven't watched the whole thing. I'm skeptical of it. The reason I'm skeptical of it is because in the bottom right-hand corner, it shows Oracle, which is the what's that company? It's a Trump-loving company. Let's not lie. That's what it is. So may have a little bias there. May have found doctors to go with their position. So Sidney Powell, what are your thoughts? Trump's trying to bring her back in now. Is she going to be the one that brings? Is she going to deliver the Kraken before January 6th when they count the officially count the electoral votes? Is this going to happen? No.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, Phil.
Well, that's excellent. That's excellent.
Okay.
You know, the problem is it's kind of like a little musical number I've been putting together, and I figure, what the hell? If you think the election is a total fraud, you're probably right, but who gives a fuck? The world moved on and the truth don't count. If you don't believe me, just take a look about at the tyranny in China. 4 billion souls. Pandemic crisis adding to our woes. The economic lies are there to fool the masses while they bend us over and fuck us in our asses. The election's a lie, and some can see. Most don't care, 'cause sports on TV. The election's a lie, and I think you'll find most people know, but they just don't mind. So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. Like, most people do know. They just don't mind. There's sports on TV. The world moved on. The truth doesn't really count. And so, like it or not, there's a very good chance that Joe Biden will be the person putting his left hand on the Bible. I don't like him. I don't support him. I don't even think he won it fair and square. But like it or not, if our nation comes into further chaos and tumult, he will be the one we will have to turn to. And good luck to you, sir. You certainly haven't done anything in your career to be ready to go.
Brendan Roy says, wouldn't Trump want the vaccine to succeed since it was his administration that rushed them to market? Why would they make an anti-vax video?
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Yep.
Oh, and Phil. Oh, Phil. We like your singing, apparently, Phil. Well,
thank you. Thank you. I mean, it's truly beautiful. It's truly beautiful.
Justin said the Charlie Brown Christmas tree is blocking your voice.
And went from Lord to Frank Sinatra this evening. I mean, my goodness.
All right. Can we get past politics? Should we talk aliens now? God damn it.
Before we do,
drink.
One second. Before we do, I'm going to drop something here in the comments if anybody wants to watch it. This is going to be a lot further on the other side. This is more pro-vaccine, trying to ease people's minds about it. This is actually a video coming from a local healthcare facility, from a local physician, talking about some of the, trying to set people's minds at ease, some of the bigger conspiracy idea questions like, okay, we're rushing this thing. Okay, does it alter my DNA? Is it safe? Blah, blah, blah. Just one of the more positive outlooks on it if anybody wants to take a look. I watched it the other day. Makes a lot of sense, you know, if you choose to accept the information that you're given. So if anybody wants to watch that, go ahead. It's in the comments. There's the link.
Phil, look at the moderate being so moderate.
Nope, being objective.
I know my card is safe.
When you guys are threatened by something I say, that's when the moderate line comes out.
Eat a dick, Tony. I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
Mine will be the first
one. Won't do what you tell me.
Mine will be the first one up to bat, Brendan. I hope that you've got lozenges ready because I'm going to tear that throat the fuck up.
Mine. And also, I mean, just need to be pointed out that, you know, my musical performance has brought tears to people's eyes, so it's that good. Now, I mean, in the new stimulus, they're giving away money to musical performances, so clearly, I mean, Lord
I've got a
Phil
music venue. They can throw me some cash.
Yes, so folks, my kingdom expands by the day, my talents expand by the day, my talent stack grows by the day. What can I say, folks? But yes, the Frank Sinatra of the podcasting world, my goodness. So
well, you need to
now we need to move on to something. What's that?
You need to refresh.
I do?
Yeah.
I will refresh and get right back to you.
All right, sounds good. So while Phil's refreshing, let's talk about the Christmas start because that was last night. We saw Jupiter and Saturn coming close together. Did you get to see it at all, Tony?
Shit, no, I saw nothing. I saw not a damn thing, and I was pretty disappointed about it. So, man,
I saw like a bunch of good pictures on Facebook and Twitter. Like people had like fucking badass telescopes, and there were some cool fucking pictures. But yeah, like I forgot about it because like the best time to view was like at 6:45 or something, and I didn't go out my back deck until like 9 or 10, and I was like, oh fuck, I missed it. Man, I don't know where to look at that point. It's like I don't know which way the world spun and the universe is spinning. I don't care that much.
I was like, yeah, I would have liked to have seen, but yeah, I missed it. We tried to look outside, we didn't see it, and it's all right. So, it's only like what, another 800 years, I think.
Yeah, like it's only once every 800 years, but I was glad folks on Facebook were able to capture it. I thought it was pretty cool. Some of the pictures. I'm trying to find a good one here. If you Google Christmas star on or just Google it and look at images, like all you get is a whole bunch of shitty, hokey, fucking weird, goddamn pictures that are obviously fake. God damn. Where are all the good ones? I had like all my feed yesterday was nothing but Christmas star shit. Get a good picture.
Well, kind of like all the like it feels like we have like one of these things happens like every other month, like one of these crazy astronomical alignments. But what I was thinking of just a few days ago, and I actually was looking up videos on YouTube, was like 3 years ago when we had the the totality of the moon.
Totality of eclipse shot. Oh.
Yeah, and that was fucking wild when you actually went from pure daylight to nighttime with the ring around the moon. It was actually pretty fucking impressive. That was one of those things. Like, I'm glad I lived where I live to see that, because we had so many fucking people in our tiny little town in Nebraska coming from states, surrounding states far past that, just to come here to see that in the best possible way. You don't see that as much with these planetary alignments. And I assume because it's not nearly as impressive as a sight unless you have that proper equipment. So if you've got an awesome, badass telescope, even now, if you have like some of the nicer camera models that are affordable on the market.
Yep.
Zoom on those. You can get some badass shots of the fucking moon on a nightly basis. But yeah, it was unfortunate. I would have loved to have seen it, but yeah, maybe next time.
I don't know that moon talk. We might have to bring that up again. Here, let me bring up the screen.
Okay, that makes more sense. Project Sad Face happens every 20 years, but it's not as close as every 800 years. Okay, so yeah, I'm probably going to miss it next time.
Good call.
Being this close. Oh, well.
So this is a buddy of mine who was able to snap an image from his telescope and post it on his Facebook page. That's pretty fucking cool.
Wow.
And this is on Facebook. This was originally a 50 million or a 50 megapixel image, and of course Facebook fucking dilutes it. So like, I wish I could see the real image because I bet it looks way cooler than this. But even this is pretty fucking tits for a Facebook image.
This isn't photoshopped. This is real.
This was a real photo. My buddy Otis, we've unofficially had him on the show once before. It was one of his really good buddies. So he shared it from his, because he's a big photographer guy. He's got a lot of photography buddies. But yeah, pretty fucking cool.
Wow. That's pretty badass. Like, that's clear as fuck. Okay, now I see why everybody was up in arms about this.
But you couldn't see this from the naked eye. This is one of those things you had to have. They used a telescopic lens with a special camera to be able to look at this. But that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, no, that's a gorgeous shot. Like planetary stuff and space and shit like this. Like, this was all I loved doing stuff like this when I was a kid, but I never had the proper equipment. So then I found beer and girls, didn't follow up on it as much. But yeah, no, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Saturn is one of the most fascinating.
That will happen.
I think.
Yeah.
I've always been more fascinated by Jupiter. I've always held the idea that if we can actually get to fusion energy, we're going to need to mine the gases of Jupiter and Neptune to actually help us move beyond our solar system. So I've always been fascinated with Jupiter. So this is a big night for a nerd like me. But and unfortunately, this is good if the audio is going to get
that would fuck the rest of the planets in the solar system, would it not?
Well, it depends. There's actually talk of actually using a hydrogen gas nozzle, and you could actually turn the entire Jovian system, all of its 68 moons, and the entire planet Jupiter into a giant spacecraft with enough fuel to last tens of millions of years if you wanted to, and then you could just absorb other gas giants as you go. So that's one theory. But yeah, if you got rid of Jupiter, absorbs all of the asteroids, goes away. Because Jupiter absorbs like 99% of all the asteroids that come into our solar system. So yeah, I saw it for a short while at my mother's house, and it just looked like a blinking blue light to me where I was, and it was quite amazing.
Yes, Elon Musk just got hard. This picture, dude, I have a hard time believing this picture. It would be awesome if it was real, but this is like a real view of the Sphinx.
Yeah.
And no fucking way that's visible to the naked eye.
Okay, scroll back up. I didn't see Saturn above that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's clearly fake as fuck. I just saw the smaller blue dot or the bigger blue dot.
When I first saw that, I was like, holy shit, no way. And yeah, I was like, nope, not
Definitely
real.
No way.
Yeah.
Now, guys, now that I'm back and we're talking about space, there's something I wanted to bring up. It happened about 4 days ago, and it actually happened multiple times across about 2 days. If it turns out to be legitimate, this is quite the discovery. Now, of course, I'm listening to every skeptic to find every possibility. But by all accounts, it looks like we received a radio transmission from Proxima Centauri, our solar system. And we would point our instruments at Proxima, point them away, we'd lose the signal, point it back, we'd get it back, point it away. And it was just a baseline tone, one baseline tone, very flat tone, constant, which would be what you would send out to communicate with an intelligence that you didn't have any kind of language commonality with. But there's a lot of different possibilities. But folks, if this ends up turning out to be the case, we found our first possible contact with some form of intelligence in the next solar system over. That could potentially be one of the biggest discoveries in the history of our species. So I just wanted you to be all up to date. This could be the big one. We're going to look into every possibility that this could be Earth. Its origins could be from Earth in some way. But yes. What? No, I was not abducted and probed. They came and they asked the Lord as an ambassador to Earth, what should we do now, Lord Phil, the King of Extreme? What shall we do now, good sir? And I had to give them advice, not only on their earthly concerns, but also they needed to know what to do with basically the galaxy at large. And they came and they got good advice. What can I say? And then the trip, the solar happenings and foreign objects around the country, a coincidence? Don't think so. Maybe, we don't know. But what I'm getting at, folks, is now I don't think there is intelligent life at Proxima Centauri. I don't think we're going to have intelligent life at our nearest
hold
star.
on.
But I think
before you get to your analysis, let's read the story here, because so this is coming from Smithsonian Magazine. Scientists detected a mysterious radio signal.
Wait. Sorry. Did you just say Smithsonian Magazine?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad my fucking COVID funding went to support their magazine.
Hey, they're doing a great job. Scientists detected a mysterious radio signal from a nearby galaxy, which begs the question, could it be aliens? As part of the research from SETI, astronomers working on Breakthrough Listen project scan for radio signals that could come from non-human intelligent life in the cosmos. This fall, researchers noticed evidence of a strange radio emission while looking through archival data from 2019. The odd radio emissions seem to be coming from the direction of Proxima Centauri, our closest neighboring star system, at 4.2 light years away, reports The Guardian. So scientists behind the discovery explain that there are several potential non-alien explanations for the strange signal, but they have yet to find a terrestrial culprit that and have not yet ruled out an extraterrestrial intelligent origin. So they're saying it could be something else, but they haven't found evidence that it could that it actually is something else at this time. So this is fairly new. So this is a narrow beam around 982 megahertz. The signal is far narrower frequency than
almost nothing on the planet Earth even runs on that megahertz. By the way,
exactly.
Almost nothing on our planet runs on that.
So a narrow frequency that can scientists typically can observe from human-made devices like satellites, spacecrafts, according to Scientific American. So yes, this is an electronic signal specifically that is used in typically more higher speed electronic forms of communication. So Phil, I'll let you kind of go on with your theory there, because I wanted to get to that point specifically, that this sounds like it has evidence it could be an electronic radio signal just because of the frequency and what we're seeing.
And yes, that's why folks who are really into this area of research, this is Christmas came early this year. If this is the case, that this actually came from another, not galaxy, but another solar system, that shows that not only is there intelligent life, but it's capable of communication. Now, if they were to send us this radio signal, it would probably be just in a ping back to the signals we've been sending out for decades. We've been sending out radio signals for almost 150 years here on the planet Earth, and it takes about 137 years traveling at the speed of light for radio signals to reach Proxima Centauri. So actually, in a few years, the probe that is actually at Proxima Centauri is going to get its first look at the human species, if that's what this in fact is, because I don't believe Proxima Centauri has the ingredients you need for life. There's about 2 planets in that solar system, and there's too much comet and asteroid activity. But
when
an intelligent life sending a probe there to study.
You're
talking about like a satellite probe.
Sending like a scout team out, a scout device out to find our signal, right?
Well, what's more likely is, again, this is all heavy theorization, but this is what would be the most likely. Occam's razor would be, this is a probe sent out by some other intelligence just to have a baseline. Let's study this solar system that we don't know anything about. Let's hook up a couple of radio and different type of transponders. So in case we happen to get a ping from anything, we can send something back. And then we can kind of get an idea of, is there something else out there? That would be the actual
it's more like the pinball effect, where you send the pinballs out, and where they're bouncing off, you're sending it out. You're trying to receive as many points as you can, and you have a general idea from the vicinity that originated.
Yes, but it's at that point it's just a drone that, like, oh, I got a radio signal. Ping it back, see what we get, and at that point, the drone is sending back data to wherever its creator is, and it's just scientific discovery. It's the same reason we're sending out our drones, is we're trying to figure out what's out there. And that would be, now, if we were to ever come in contact with these creatures just through, the drone pings, it's probably not going to affect our lives a whole lot because say they're 300 light years away from their drone. It's going to take 137 years for our radio signal to get to their drone. It's going to take another 300 years for the signal to get to them, 300 years for the signal to get back to the drone, another 137 years for the signal to get back to us. You can see how this is going to be a rather long text message. Better hope there's no typos. So
have you ever had one of those text messages that you get like a week late?
Yeah,
that's what this reminds me
all the
of.
time.
Tony, we've had that happen before. It's been a long time, but there's been times where you'd be like, "Hey, dude, I'm here," and I'm like, "Why are you here? Like, why would you be here right now? Like, I don't understand." Oh, dude, I fucking, or even on GroupMe, that happened. Like 6 months ago with us. I'd send a text message to you and Phil in our group text.
Yep.
And you guys wouldn't get it till like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 days later, and you're like, "The fuck are you even talking about, chicken?" I'm like, "The fuck?" I'm like,
it's 2 a.m. Go to bed.
You just got that shit? Fuck you. But yeah,
be like, "I'm way over that topic."
I don't know if
now here's the other.
Sure, it probably is, but something I was thinking about when Phil brought this up originally to me was, what if this is just the boomerang effect, right? And this is just the ancient Egyptians or some other ancient civilization like calling their shot, and it's just looping back and coming back to us just now. We're just getting our own fucking message back now.
That's, I mean, I'm going to put that under a maybe, but I don't know.
It's all a maybe.
Well, I'm just basing it off of, other organic life sending out probes. Basically what I'm basing it on is any intelligent life that is
more likely.
Come on, motherfucker. But if there's other intelligent life out in the universe, it would have to have existed on a planet that had a complex enough ecosystem to develop a food chain. And then, like for us, for example, we were prey animals, and we had to get clever enough to the point where we weren't prey anymore. And then, here's the other reason why I don't think we're ever going to find any like fish people coming up on us. If your planet doesn't allow you the creation of fire, you're not going to get to that point of fuel usage. So your brain power is very limited if you can't make fire. And so once you get to a creature that was used to be a prey animal, became clever enough to not be prey, and then achieved fire, because if you're not going to make fire, there's no way you're going to get to a nuclear reactor, there's no way you're going to get to a fusion engine, there's no way you're going to get to general space travel. So, I mean, physics here is going to be the same as physics anywhere else in the universe. There might be different gases at play, but if you can't...
There's no guarantee that's you're talking about...
you might have...
You're abiding by the
physics are pretty much... Uranium and density of matter pretty much is what it is. Is, for an example, like the elemental chart. Pretty much any other intelligent species is going to have their own interpretation of, well, we're talking just inside our own galaxy here. So, but yeah, that's
even outside of that, the laws could change.
Density is kind of what it is. I'm gonna suspect, Tony, that you're probably wrong on that one. I'm just gonna suspect that the laws of physics probably don't alter all that much.
We don't even understand the laws of physics completely on our own fucking planet, because we don't even maintain the same senses that other beings maintain, right? Like, fucking this organism has this level of senses, has this many senses. We have this many senses. We have 5 senses that we know of, right? What if there's a fucking being on this earth alone that has 8 senses that we can't even fathom in our mind, because it would be such of a mind fuck that we can't understand it? There could be beings all around us that we don't even fucking know exist. So to say that can't exist outside of our solar system, let alone within our own, it's the same thing as the Catholic Church saying the fucking earth is flat because we don't fall off of it.
Wait, it is flat. We've determined this. God damn
it. I'm just saying, we only understand what we're capable of understanding. And if you apply only what we understand and keep that as the cold, hard laws that we have to abide by, you're only allowing the possibility that it is what we understand it to be. You're not allowing any possibility outside what we know. And I think to talk about alien life, intelligent life in another galaxy or dimension, you have to admit that you don't understand everything. We don't have the capability of realizing or even comprehending some of the things that are out there or even exist on our own plane. So but
if Einstein's right, things like time, speed of light, gravity, these are constants throughout the universe. If Einstein even knew one thing he was talking about. So that's why I suspect that like faster than light travel, these certain things, these are going to be the things that every intelligence has to try and surpass. And so I understand what you're saying is that the laws of physics could break at some point in the universe, but we really haven't seen any evidence of that.
I think they only have to apply to our dimension. And I don't think you have to apply, you only believe in aliens, but you can't believe in alternate dimensions or multiverse theory, right? Why can't both be true? Why can't we have both? Why can't they both be the same thing?
Sure they can, but let's walk before we run here. Let's figure out where this first alien civilization trying to communicate with us, let's try to get them figured out before we try to figure out the interdimensional.
Let's back it up even farther. And why are we turning the frogs gay? Okay.
We're turning the frogs gay. Damn it. Don't you know? But so, yeah, folks. Now, what's fascinating is when I sent this message to Tony, Chicken, Tom, Brendan in our little side chat, I found it fascinating. But it was like, hey, guys, we found aliens. And then like 20 minutes later, like, dude, Ardbeg Scotch is only $49 at that store. Like, we were just like so back to our like just terrestrial concerns so fast. Like it was so funny how like quickly we just turned right back around.
Everything in that chat is funny though.
Yeah, but that I couldn't help but get a chuckle out of. But now you could absolutely be right, T. But I suspect, like I said, when the aliens start learning our language, they're going to be like, oh, their word for uranium is the word they use for something that has this many isotopes on it. Okay, now I can start figuring out their physics. Right. And I think it's going to actually be it's going to be a lot easier for our physics and our science to cross over than many might think. Now,
right. No, I agree. You're right. A lot of the same laws of physics that apply to us have to apply to other potential life forms in the neighboring galaxies, not just our own galaxy. You're right. But at the same time, we also have to accept the fact that if we ever encounter an intelligent life form from another planet or galaxy, that not all the same things that apply to them are going to apply to us. And the opposite to that is true. Like they're going to have technology that we can't understand, vice versa. They're going to be on a different organism level than we are. And it's not going to be, they're gray men with the same body mass and matter and as we have. So some of the laws apply, but I think definitely going to be a lot of differences in how reality works.
Oh, well, I think you're kind of onto something that I've brought up a lot, is that the aliens' biology is going to be vastly different from ours. It's not going to be like Star Trek where we all look kind of different. And here's the thing, our biology dictates our morality. The fact that we are a species that engages in pair bonding reproduction, where two people generally bond together and invest a lot of resources into raising their young. You could come upon a species that, like a spider, has 7,000 young in one single setting and actually eats 1,000 of them themselves to sustain themselves. That particular intelligent species might have a different idea of morality than you or I. And that's where the ideas of what's possible is going to get really fucking weird if we ever actually encounter these other species.
Yeah, but the thing about like
God,
all the
future's going to be awesome.
aliens and the abduction stories that we've heard since that became a thing, it's always the same story, like, right? A flying saucer in the shape of a disc came down, a beam of light took me up, probed me on their ship with lights. They looked small and green or big and gray, and then they returned me back to my bed. Like, the story is always the same, right? But those stories are still all based off of concepts that we can comprehend. And if we ever do make contact with another intelligent life, like, it's going to be such a mind fuck that we might not be able to handle it on a just an understanding level. And I think that's what's fascinating, outside of the fact that there could be other life forms out there.
Now, Tom, I gotta give him credit on bringing it back full circle. Tom Foolery Show. Saying something is possible is not the same as saying it exists. That's like saying people could commit fraud at high rates, therefore they did commit fraud at high rates. Well, you know, Tom, if they had just allowed all of the observation and transparency into the election they had agreed to in the beginning, we wouldn't be in this conundrum now, would we? Ah, God
Thanks,
damn it.
Tom.
But,
and
Project good night, guys. You may not agree with what I say, but I can count on watching your videos and thumbs upping them. Thank you, Project, and good night, man.
Merry Christmas, Project Sad Face. I always appreciate you in the comments.
Merry Christmas to you, Project Sad Face. May you and yours have yourself a wonderful, safe Christmas. And may you come back out on the other side happy, healthy, and much the wiser when we get back together next week for the Dog and Chicken Show.
Yes.
But
not to be determined yet. We're still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, we wanted to get through this one and then kind of decide on next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were going to do it tomorrow, the night before Christmas Eve, but Tom got Wednesdays in the divorce, so we kind of had to that one. So it's like, nah, sorry,
Chicken's been quiet here for the last like 5 minutes or so.
I've been enjoying. I'm not the conspiracy theorist. I'm not the conspiracy theorist in the space talk. I'm just enjoying other people. I've been talking about this shit for fucking 20 years, and all of a sudden everybody's coming around, and I just enjoy it so fucking much because, it's good. I don't have to look like the crazy guy anymore. I can sit at a party, have a drink, and somebody bring up aliens and be like, "Yep, I've already talked about this. Wonder what he's got to say."
Chicken's over here like, while these guys are talking about other galaxies and shit, why is nobody talking about the fucking lizard people in the core of the earth?
I was about to go there. For real.
This is where I diverge. Because
in 10 years from now, Phil's going to talk about lizard people.
Well, here's the problem. From the reading that I've done, I'm starting to become one of those guys that thinks it might not actually be possible in standard physics to achieve faster than light travel. And if that's the case, the idea of saucers coming and abducting people is probably not the case. And if there is any kind of extraterrestrial life here, they probably crashed a long time ago, can't get out of here, and they're pretty well fucking stuck here because faster than light travel isn't possible. Now, I don't even necessarily grant that, but that would be the case. But again, if faster than light travel isn't possible, it really makes us trying to communicate with each other a real fucking conundrum.
I still go back to the Bob Lazar thing. What was the element? I can't remember what number they had, but where they were actually able to bend light, which should be impossible to do. And supposedly they did an experiment with what was the element A12 or 112 or something like that. So if that's possible, if you can bend light, then you can bend space and time, and black holes are real and you could physically do it. So I don't know. Everything Bob Lazar's ever said, done, his story, so far everything's always checked out. A couple of things that he's retracted, and like seeing an alien, he goes, I saw a figure to the side of me, could have been an alien, I don't know, it looked fucking weird. I don't know what it was.
There you go. No, actually that brings up something interesting, because it doesn't, like you're saying, say out of the corner of my eye, I don't know what it was. I'm not saying it was, I'm not saying it wasn't. That sounds a lot like me when I go fucking ghost hunting to try to find something fucking creepy, right? I can't confirm or deny something happened. I'm not going to go out on a rooftop and yell, I found a ghost, because that would be ridiculous. I'm also not going to pretend like something didn't happen and be just in denial about it completely. If it's not possible, as Phil was alluding to just a moment ago, that interstellar light travel is possible, is it more likely at that point that interdimensional travel is more likely? If we can find a way to bend the dimensions and travel in between them, would it not be more likely that aliens are some form of other dimensions, moving between dimensions, taking people from ours, taking them back to theirs, and then returning them back to their own?
Right.
I mean, if there is some sort of interdimensional travel, as you say, it would probably be as common as extraterrestrials, because there was actually, it's called the Fomori paradox, where it's like, why is there all this space and so little life? And they actually did the calculations that if we're going to have either carbon, silicone, or copper-based life forms, which we believe are the three basics, you probably only have 35 planets that are in that Goldilocks zone where you could get water, they could create fire, there's going to be a complex enough ecosystem to predator and prey. So in our whole galaxy, there might only be 35 civilizations as intelligent or less intelligent than us. And so, yes, Tony, if there was some sort of interdimensional travel, you'd probably be actually more likely to run into them, because they can move about much more quickly. But the idea, we're getting into really fucking out there physics concepts, but that's the one thing that I would have people look up, the Fomori paradox, as to why is there so little life around here. And if there is no other life in the whole vastness of our universe, that's a very sobering thought.
We need to sit down and do an entire show on like aliens are just interdimensional travelers and time doesn't exist, and we can just pinpoint down all the big theories of aliens and time and space and dimensions. I think we could knock 3 hours out doing that alone.
Oh yeah, that is a worthwhile topic. But also, I'm just going to pull up
Joe Rogan special first.
Oh God! But Tom Foolery, I do appreciate the invite, sir. I'm trying to get a massive lineup of guests tomorrow. You guys should stop by. Tom, if I am not,
I can only be taken out of context so many times in a month. So, like,
me, I don't care. Wash me in your judgment, internet. It's fun. I mean, really, what does a lord have to do with the opinion?
I was waiting for that.
So, I mean, come now. So, yes, Tom, if I am at the Castle KOE, I will grace the Tomfoolery show with the presence of Lord Phil, the King of Extreme, the conqueror of the ethereal, the one and only. Yes.
Tom, what time are you going live tomorrow?
Yes, get it in that comments. But yes, also, head on over to Tomfoolery. I'm sure I'll probably bring up aliens there tomorrow, because I'm just like, yes, we got aliens to talk about. Finally. Yeah, I'm one of those folks that I've been, since I was a very little boy, I've had my eyes to the stars, wondering which one of you is one.
If you go on Tom's show and you start talking about aliens, you're probably going to get like misquoted or chopped into a video segment made to look like a piece of shit, because you don't think aliens are real in a certain kind of context. So let's make sure.
Well, you know why? You know why? Because aliens were created by a black woman, and you hate black women.
I was about to say, now I am going on. Wish me luck, guys. I am going on the Tom Project Veritas foolery show. So wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. I'm sure. We kid. But yes, Tom, let us know when you're gonna be going on.
Yeah,
I assume
the Bob Lazar story
probably gonna be about 9
very
years.
Yeah.
Yes. But so, folks, definitely keep your eyes to the skies because it seems founding a space force might have been a pretty good idea. Might have been quite a fortuitous one. So here we go, folks.
With Trump,
we might actually.
Did you hear Disney? Disney wanted to sue because they used the name Guardians.
Yeah.
Did you hear that shit? Like they were like, you can't use Guardians. We are the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you're not. You're Hollywood.
Like Trump and Bill Gates and fucking Mickey Mouse and Elon.
It's the ultimate orange man bad. You can't be a Guardian of the Galaxy.
No, all the people all the fucking faces of 2020. Do you remember? It's like the ultimate showdown.
This is the ultimate
showdown of ultimate destiny.
We're gonna play that on the post show.
Oh my god! Okay, if you've never seen the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny, folks, get on the fucking post show. We're gonna play it. It's gonna be amazing. Oh, and Brendan in the hot take: Space Force waste of money. No, it's not. You know why? Because with Trump's immunity to the COVID, he's now going to be immortal in the history books because he founded the Space Force. So, might have wasted our money, but worth it to him.
I was about to say, yeah, he's going to be, if our progeny actually does explore the stars 10,000 years from now, there will be teachers in school that say, yes, and we were started in a space force in the 21st century by a human being by the name of Donald Trump, which is pretty great. Now, hey, if we would have taken all of that extra money, that wasn't going to be the $2,000 that we're going to get, and rather than all that money going to all the other places, put that money into Space Force, they could probably go to Jupiter and back 6 fucking times with that money. So, yeah, that's...
Hang on, before we log off to do post-show, I'm just going to Google this. I got to know now. How much did Space Force cost? Holy,
probably like $50 billion.
15.4 billion. 1.4
and they haven't done anything.
But
they've named shit. That's all they've done. It's like AOC renaming post offices. They did so much
stimulus compared to this new stimulus. That's a drop in the fucking bucket.
And we're just now going to get a second stimulus drink in fucking December, right before Christmas. Oh, put a big old Santa hat on fucking Trump and McConnell and Nancy because Jesus Christ, what givers. Fuck these people. Fuck them all. Santa hat. Oh my God.
No.
Fuck you.
They're all fucking failures. I'm black-pilled. Fuck them all. Oh, yes, drink.
I think black pill is a new fucking drink word, actually, because it's got a double entendre meaning now for us.
Well, no, just for Phil.
Yeah, just for Phil. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Again, out of context. Oh.
Tom is going live at 10 Eastern. That is 9 Central for all you Nebraska fucks. Tomorrow.
All right. Tomorrow, yes.
Yep. So... well,
let's wrap this up. Phil, take it away.
You know, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for this very special Christmas edition. Please raise a glass to yourself. Enjoy the times that you're going to be spending with friends and family this particular holiday season. And folks, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Lord Phil KOE, the conqueror of the ethereal, the king of the extreme, the Lord of Scotland, Phil KOE. So happy to be here. So happy to be spending time with all of you. And I am signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partners. But before I do, be sure to like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel on KOE Nation. Go to Dad's Worldwide. Give him a like, share, subscribe. Go to the Tomfoolery Show and check out to see if any of us cast of characters make it there tomorrow night. And then when you're done with that, head on over to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast and give them a like, share, subscribe so you can see I, Lord Phil, the King of Extreme, reclaim the RWP Championship from that knave, ne'er-do-well chicken. And you will see it there at the RWP. And when you're done with all that, folks, give a like, share, subscribe right here to the Dog and Chicken Show, Big Buck and Entertainment, so you can keep up with all the craziness that happens on this particular show, folks. But now I'm handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partners, the men who helped make this incredible achievement possible. Lord Phil, the King of Extreme, hands it off to the thanes of my kingdom, Chicken and Tony. Gentlemen,
go ahead, Tony.
Yeah. Oh, geez, it's hard to follow, Phil. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not nearly as animated. I understand that. I'd be much better as like a phone sex operator, I think, but I digress.
And you do have that sexy voice.
Remember that time I got real sexual about eating sandwiches? I hope you still have that video because I think
ew.
Coming in 2021. If you want to see Tony G's OnlyFans, just click right here and slide into our DMs. Anywho, follow the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, and Big Buck and Entertainment on Facebook. If you followed us on Sunday, you saw me lose the title to Chicken. That motherfucker will gain it back in January. But before the end of the year on the RWP, we will be doing the year in review. We will have the awards show. It's going to be a long one, but it's going to be a lot of fucking fun. And if you haven't watched any wrestling this year, good time to get caught up right before the fucking New Year starts. So, hey, why not? Also, I guess anybody who hasn't yet, there's the bell. There's the like thing, the subscribe. Like, just do it. All of the platforms, all of them. Just do it. Like, come on. We're gonna get this figured out. We'll figure out what day we're gonna do next week. We'll have something fun before we sign off for the year and jump into 2021. Chicken, take it away.
No, hey, I appreciate you both jumping on as always. Cheers, and appreciate you, fellas. So started Big Buckin' Mornings. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, exclusive youtube.com/Big Buckin'. Tons of extra content on there every week. No, this has been a fun night. I am your COVID Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champ, and I am your Christmas Revolutionary. I'm still your Christmas Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion. I'm like the two biggest dates of the year. You know, it was WrestleMania and Christmas. I win the two biggest fucking months of the year.
Let the record state that you won the worst WrestleMania of all time. That's it.
I still won. And it was still WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, Chicken, that was before you had to face the unstoppable force that is.
Oh God, shut
Lord
up!
Phil KOE.
Take it home. Take it home.
Yeah.
Go to the
party. Right, we're moving on. We're moving on. All right, post show, folks. Check us out over on Discord. Posted the link over in the comment section. No matter where you're following us, I'm sorry for anybody on D Live because I suck at checking D Live. But if you're on D Live, I'll jump over there as we start the post show and send you a link. I guess there's probably one person on D Live actually watching.
There it is.
So I apologize to that one guy. There you go. There's your Discord link. If you're over on D Live,
the right one.
Jump over and join the Discord, and then you can get the link and join our post show. You don't have to show your camera. You can just do audio, or you don't even have to do audio. You can just sit in there and listen to us talk shit to each other and have a good time. As always, thank you all. Appreciate you. Love you. hit that like, share, subscribe. It's up over there, wherever the fuck it went. As always, it's time for me to finish my last COVID coronavirus drink of the night, and then I'm switching to scotch. Let's fuck this shit up in the post show, folks. Look forward to seeing you there. Cheers, fellas. Tony?
I was dabbing to the subscribe button.
Enough of the dabbing. Merry Christmas, folks. Love you all. Appreciate you. Love you.
And to all, good night.
Love you. Bye.
Later, y'all.